Welcome to the 50s. Da-na-na-na-na. Yeah.
Honey, I'm home.
Hi, dear. Welcome home.
Well, hi there.
Mwah.
How was your day?
It was pretty good. How was your day?
Did you start the recording without me?
Absolutely not.
Well, I thought we were here to talk about WandaVision, the show of the future.
Wait a second. Stop.
Stop what?
Why are you talking like that?
This is how people talked in the 1950s.
No, it's not actually how they talk.
It's not?
No.
It's
You're wrong.
Not?
People just talked normal. They just did that in sitcoms to be funny, I think.
But it's the 1950s. Okay, fine. We're here to talk about WandaVision. Hi, I'm Dave. Yes, you are wearing an awesome poodle suit. How long have you wanted to wear this?
My whole life.
And now we have a chance to.
Yes.
So I'm Dave. This is my fiance, Jess.
Hey.
You may recognize me from the other Philly Film Brothers podcast videos, or both of us if you are a fan of horror and you watch our channel Halloween year-round. But today, we are here to talk about the series premiere of WandaVision.
It's really good.
That's the whole review?
It was 2 episodes. What else do you want me to say?
Alright, so let's start with the first one in the 1950s. So, right off the bat...
50s.
Not what most Marvel fans were expecting, I think.
What do you mean?
Like, it's not like a big action superhero.
Oh, yeah, no. It's more like a little romantic show. It's nice.
So you like it better that way, or you just...
I didn't say I like it better. I like the action-y Marvel movies, but I also liked this kind of little weird, different spin on it.
I did think it was really cool how they're sort of like satirizing those types of shows in general.
Yeah.
Like I Love Lucy, Bewitched, Leave It to Beaver.
But like in a funny way.
Yeah, like they're kind of poking fun at it, you know, with... It's intentionally over the top, you know, it's intentionally cheesy, and everything from, you know, Vision being at work saying, like, why are we here? I say the same thing every day at work myself.
Every day.
Every day.
Why are we here? Why are we here? That's a question for another episode.
That's, yeah. Well, next week we'll answer the why are we here question. No, but I like how, you know, you're right. This was, not that I complain, but I took some issue with, for a long time, I think, your Marvel movies, they get formulaic.
Yeah, they're basically, after a while, it's kind of like watching, I remember saying that when, like, so before I started dating him, I hadn't really seen many, if any, of the Marvel movies. So we did like a whole weekend marathon thing.
I indoctrinated
her. And eventually, after like 4 or 5 or 6 of them, I was like, these are basically the same thing over and over again. Like,
let's not say that too much to anger the fans.
But I'm just saying, like, no, even if you're a fan, look at the movie, rewatch them all in the same weekend. They're repetitive.
The point is, it was nice to just get a complete change of pace, to get something, because these are 2 beloved characters who didn't necessarily get the happy ending that we wanted them to get. Spoilers for Endgame.
If you haven't seen
or actually, spoilers for Infinity War, actually. But
if you haven't seen them, something's wrong with you.
That will not cause any hate on the internet. But I like that we get these 2 characters, and we kind of get to see them play out
in the way that they should have.
Yeah.
They should have gotten this story, and now we're getting it.
So, nice. Which kind of begs the ultimate question that we're not sure about. What is going on here? Because, you know, like at the end of the first episode, you see someone is watching the show.
Yeah, that was weird. So it's like a show within a show.
It was like this weird Inception moment.
Yeah.
And then remember in the second one,
she sees a person in a whole bee costume, not costume, but
beekeeper.
Yeah, beekeeper outfit, And she's like, no, and then she goes back to like 5 minutes previous.
Like, who was that?
Yo, what's going on?
And there was that voice on the radio.
Oh yeah, they kept saying, Wanda.
So
who's doing this to you?
Clearly, I don't think it's much of a spoiler, or it's even that much speculation to say that the whole world that this show inhabits seems to be an illusion.
Yeah.
Like their own little matrix.
Yeah.
So to speak.
Almost like an illusion.
The question is it just Wanda's fantasy? Is Vision part of it? Is this like a world? My theory is that it's a world that Wanda created for herself to get that happy ending she never got.
Yeah, could be. Or is it supposed to be a prequel?
Oh, you're saying, like, does it maybe take place during
like in between
Civil War and Infinity War, when they were off hiding, and this is like a fantasy they had?
Yeah. Could it possibly be a prequel?
Maybe. I know that
because who is that guy in the beekeeper outfit?
I know that Black Widow's supposed to be set during that time, so it wouldn't be too far-fetched for something else to be.
See? Could be.
I personally don't think it is. I hope it's not, because, as excited as I am to see Black Widow, I want to see stories that take place after Endgame. I want to see the universe move forward.
Yeah.
So for that reason, I hope
Fair
this
enough.
is post-Endgame. I don't know for sure.
I also really like the 60s one.
Oh, the second episode where they do the talent show?
And he kept saying, flourish! Flourish! And then he would fly, and he said, flourish! And something else would happen. I loved when he said flourish.
So, are you a fan of the actual shows they're satirizing here?
I like the Golden Girls.
It's a little bit later. I think next week they're doing the 70s.
And I like I Love Lucy, and we also have a daughter named Lucy.
We did. We did not name her after the show, but
we're gonna tell her we did.
We're gonna tell her the show was named after her. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna.
We're gonna try to tell her that the show is a new show that's based on her life.
We're gonna see how old she gets before she stops believing it, and then starts hating us for telling her that.
Yeah, we're gonna ruin her. Yeah. It's fine.
It's alright. But anyway, one thing I love that I can't not point out. I love that they went authentic with like the same type of cheesy, fake-looking effects that they would have used during that time. Like the strings and like using, just using a cut to like transform something. Yeah. Like, when the piano goes from real to cardboard, they're just doing an obvious cut, which is what, I Dream of Jeannie did.
Mm-hmm. Somebody once said I look like I Dream of Jeannie when I was dressed in a certain outfit.
Did you grant wishes with magic?
I wish I did.
That would be cool.
Get it?
Wow. So, was there anything you weren't a fan of, or that you kind of... Like, did any of it not meet expectation for you?
I just really liked it a lot.
You did?
I thought it was really good and really sweet and a romantic comedy, and now you're outnumbered, so you're going to have to get used to that. So...
Because I've noticed there's been a bit of a backlash on the internet.
Of WandaVision?
Yes.
Are you guys crazy?
A backlash against WandaVision? What's that about? Sorry, I'm done with that.
Why?
Well, are you are you asking the internet?
Yes, I'm asking them. Why would you have it's such a good show. I've seen both episodes twice. Now, granted, one of them was at 6 a.m. and the other one was at 5 o'clock this morning.
I got her up super early Friday morning
really good.
to watch it.
What's the matter with you?
Well, it's that I think they were expecting that like Marvel action-y.
Not every movie has to be action-y and superhero blah 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 bullshit. I mean, you probably can't say that. Not every movie has to be Marvel and superhero and blah 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 bull.
Yes.
Okay.
Bull.
Because
I did think it was
like just because you're a Marvel fan doesn't mean everything has to literally be the same.
I mean, it kind of goes for it follows all the same tropes you would have seen from shows like that, but it's intentional, and I can never. I never fault a movie or a TV show or any piece of, art or media from doing the thing it intended to do. If its goal was to be cheesy, that's kind of what it is.
Yeah. It's good though. It's entertaining.
And I love
can watch over and over again.
Paul Bettany and Elizabeth Olsen, obviously, they get all the praise and attention.
And plus she thinks she's hot.
Who doesn't? But true. I want to talk about Catherine Hahn, who plays the next door neighbor Agnes, as well as Deborah Jo Rupp, who plays the boss's wife, who essentially she's playing her same character from that 70s show.
I know. I was like, oh, that's the mom from that 70s show.
Like exactly the same personality, temperament. But how about that weird moment when her husband was choking and she was like, stop it.
Oh,
Stop it. Stop it.
That was weird.
And it started to like almost turn into the ending of Halloween 3 where Tom Atkinson's like, stop it.
Yeah. But she didn't do anything about it. She just sat there and she's like, stop it.
No, I'm just saying,
stop it.
Was that another moment where like sort of the illusion was being broken? Because it got the first episode, pretty much played it straight, so to speak, in terms of maintaining the fantasy, the illusion, except I feel for that one moment. And even that was, I think that was the only time in that first episode that you got like extreme close-ups. Most of that first episode is shot with like, a wide shot setup on a soundstage with a live audience who apparently all had to sign NDAs because that really was a live audience providing the laughter. And I don't know, I just feel like the camera zoom in and just the tone of it, that scene felt really out of place, but I feel like it's going to make sense later.
Could.
Or am I just, like, overthinking it?
Well, one of your flaws is overthinking things, so maybe. But...
Wow. One of my flaws?
One of your maybe not flaws is the right word. One of your things that you do too much of is overthink.
Not one of my quirks. Not one of my idiosyncrasies. One of my flaws.
Okay, you're right. Quirks is a better word. Quirks is a better word. That's what I meant to say. Quirks. That's
but you did it.
Yeah, but that's what I meant to say. And in the second one, some of the times I think she was going out of the fantasy was when they were showing things in color.
Yeah, she picks up
that airplane.
It was a helicopter. With Iron Man colors.
Yeah, I noticed that too.
Was I also the only one who was really in the mood to go out and buy a Stark toaster?
What?
The commercial in the first episode.
Oh, yeah.
I wish that existed.
Yeah, no.
Or a Baron Strucker watch made by Hydra.
Oh my gosh. Remember I was like, watch. That little part, that scene.
Yeah.
And then it was about a watch.
She was just yelling watch. I'm like, I'm watch. Oh, I get. You thought that was hilarious. You really
It was
did.
at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Well, a lot of things are when you're sleep deprived. No, but I like how I wasn't sure how they were gonna do the whole decade thing, and I'm genuinely really curious and excited to see how they do like the 70s and the 80s. But you even notice subtle differences between the 50s and the 60s.
Yeah.
In their costumes, their outfits.
She looked totally different. Like, in the first one, she's wearing, like, a 50s dress. But in the second one, she's just wearing pants and a shirt. I'm like, that's, like, modern-day outfit.
Well, because, again, that's what the cultural change, 50s and before, it was very uncommon for women to wear pants. It was like, they must wear skirts or dresses. But in the 60s, you start to see things like... civil rights movement, the women's rights movement, and you start to see what you define as, modern world starting.
Yeah.
You start to see those trends. Even that, like I said, I know I focus too much on the camera work, but the second episode is shot less on a soundstage and more in different outdoor locations with close-ups and different deliberate camera angles.
They did go to a lot of different places in the second episode. In the first episode, they were mostly just in their house. Because
that's how 50s sitcoms were shot.
Yeah.
So I'm really... I feel like, everyone's talking about this show in terms of Wanda and Vision and Marvel. I feel like this show is, like, providing us this, like, history of television production that we didn't know we wanted.
Yeah. It's really interesting.
I'm a movie nerd, so I geek out about that kind of stuff. So, are there any predictions you have going forward?
I can't wait to wear my tie-dye for next week's video.
Spoiler!
I get to break out my tie-dye shirts.
We don't know how we're going to look for next week for the 1970s.
Obviously, we have to wear tie-dye.
Not everything in the 70s was tie-dye. Alright, so predictions for next week. You have none other than can't wait for people to see us in our 70s outfits.
Oh yeah, can't wait to break out my tie-dye.
I think as the episodes go on, we're going to get more of the illusion breaking and more of a glimpse into what's going on for real.
Well, yeah, I definitely agree with that. We're definitely agree with that.
We'll see. Check back for next week. We'll be back with another review of next week's episode. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, all the YouTube stuff. If you're a fan of horror, check out our channel over at Halloween Year Round.
Where? Every day?
That's our signature. We don't do that here.
Oh. I'm on the wrong studio.
You are in the wrong. It's okay. So subscribe to Dork Daily, and
yeah,
we'll see you next week. Bye.
All right, that's a wrap.